This was kind of sad. There was a man and girl in a car behind me talking shit. So I put my middle finger up and danced around with it happily, 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 happily. Then they decided to go for whatever got me to do it again. So then, like a cheerleader, I just danced happily, happily, happily. I was busy singing or talking to gods, I can't remember, so I just didn't want to be unhappy. Plus, I had to pass the Miramonte. So I had to put my powers into the Miramonte because there's a lot of people coming from around the world, and I like to put on a really big, really powerful show at the Miramonte because I claim the Miramonte, so they can like live in the power of God in the biggest, funnest, amazing ways. You know, because they travel so far to see what does Bonnie Annika powers on the Miramonte, like what does it all mean? So I put on a really big show. So I want to put my powers in Miramonte and just be happy. But these people behind me were just, determined to be, fuck you, miserable fucks. But I was like, but I don't care. So just take the middle finger and get the fuck away from me. So this car is driving behind me, getting me to say fuck you. Driving behind me, getting me to say fuck you. And I realized that there was a guy a long time ago, and I delivered him food. And he's down Washington by that movie theater, and he's connected to these people that were behind me. And I thought, wow, that's kind of sad, because I delivered that food and it had spilled. The food had spilled, and I felt so bad because I didn't mean for anything to spill. And it was nice. There was a lot of food. It was nicely in a box and stuff, but it had spilled. It got all over the car, but that wasn't their problem. And the restaurant put it in a nice, like, try to keep it all where it wouldn't spill or fall. But like, there was just a lot of food, and it spilled and made a mess and stuff. But the guy was really nice. He didn't mind so much that it had made a mess like you think they would mind. So he's a pretty nice little customer guy, just happy to get his food and grab his food. And he's a really nice, polite man. And it just seemed like a shame that man and woman behind me might die forever, and they're friends with a man that was a pretty nice man. He didn't pick up his food and like be mean or evil or hateful. Although I don't know if I was saying that I'm a dead God back then, so I maybe didn't have enough motivation to hate God or something. I don't know. But it was kind of sad because that guy at the movie theater, or he lives by the movie theater down Washington. So if you're at the 111 and made a right on Washington coming down the 111 from like Palm Springs, and you see that movie theater to the left, the guy lived to the right somewhere in that kind of area. And he was a nice person. And he knew the people behind me in that car. And it was like, oh, that's sad and tragic if they don't make it and the other guy does make it. But, that's why the book of Revelations clearly says one person will live, one person will die. And that's why the book of Revelation says you will leave your mother and brother at the end of the world. It's not because you want to ever leave your mother and brother. It's because their punishments, because they did something against God, are so bad and sickening, nobody would want to be near them. And you know what? It's a good time. No one would want to be near them or face the same punishments, because if you sit near them too long, the gods will punish you too in the same way or similar way, and nobody would want that. So it's a good time to go over leprosy. Leprosy existed because people were talking to the devil about shit against Jesus. Before Jesus even got to earth, they were talking to the devil about bad shit against Jesus, and it created leprosy. Leprosy was, called a plague or a disease, but wasn't at all. So leprosy was actually very, very scary stuff, and nobody would ever want to go near those people ever. Now, let me try to explain. So a plague is very scary. It wipes out a world sometimes. But the coronavirus was beyond a plague. And it was very creepy and scary and very much like a plague, but completely horrifyingly worse than a plague. That's kind of what leprosy was. Leprosy looked like an illness or a problem, but was unthinkably, bizarrely way beyond that. And that's how everything from gods to angels to humans didn't want to go anywhere near lepers. They knew that the leprosy wasn't an illness and was killing even angels and gods that had wanted to talk to the devil with the humans too, or maybe laugh about humans being so gross with the devil against Jesus and all kinds of bad things. And that leprosy was killing everyone everywhere. So now you know coronavirus was killing everyone everywhere that had done things they should have never thought of or done. And it's just pretty scary shit. So that's why the book of Revelation says you'll leave your mother and brother. And you want to look at the book of Revelations and say, oh, fuck you, kiss my ass. I wouldn't leave my mother and brother. Oh, yes, you will. The punishments are just not worth ever going through or understanding. And you will. But today you say, there's no way. Watch. As soon as you understand these things, which, let's see, right now they have a 666 on their forehead at night if you pay attention, but you could ignore it. When they're cursed or damned, they are the living dead, living damned. It's kind of obvious, but you have to be paying attention. So a lot of it you have to really understand, or you can blame it on weird, mysterious shit or something. You have to be looking to understand. The only thing that really stands out is when you go to a doctor, the surgery, the IV, and the medicine don't work. That's when you know you're probably the 666 and start trying to block it out of your brain and act like you don't get it because it's, so scary. But sadly, it only gets worse from it. It really is smart to think or say, my queen, my queen, my queen, am I not a 666? And how do I just stay away from being a 666 girl? But, I'll throw it out there, but, people may or may not ever do it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Life is scary. See, this is why I love to just be a real good God. Don't go near the 666. Don't ever do bad. Don't ever do wrong. Stay good little boys, good little girls. Stay close to my queen, my queen, my queen. And systematically walking with angels and gods to just have a beautiful, amazing, good life. Stay close to my queen, my queen, my queen. To have an amazing, beautiful time with the gods. Always know that gods are so proud with you and happy with you. So you can just live a good life. This is why I want to harp and harp to always live the best good things. Because you don't want to understand the bad side of life anyway. Nobody actually really does. But this is the harsh reality. And I hate talking about the harsh reality. But after that, God said, I think you better make a video about this. And I was like, why would I make a video about how the soul of 666 have to be killed unthinkably, unmeasurably forever, and mixed with putrid, gross stuff. And they have to be walked around in putrid, gross death, quoting that they have done what should never be done against God, and blah, 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 blah. Why do that? Why subject people? But now that people keep saying it, it's like, okay, maybe this is just to warn everybody else. Just stay far away from bad things. I'm thinking. So, stay close to my queen, and being good people. But yeah, this is why you never want to understand the bad side of life. But they're wanting people to understand it more and more, so, there you guys go. A lot of medical experts would understand at this point, but and a lot of gods would understand, but maybe you guys. But there's always my queen, my queen, my queen. If you like to live in the crazy, scary side of hell and bad people, and the scary fight of the end of the world realities, or like a good God, don't go where bad people go, so you can just live in beautiful things and say close my queen, my queen, my queen. But this way, everybody gets to pick.